Pandas, 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 pandas. I got bras and just don't need a Fanta. Pandas, welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you guys are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining. I do gotta change some stuff here. Okay, that should be good. Sorry, Pandas, for going over on the pre-market show. There were a lot of questions in terms of the new news, in terms of the news that I got, and I am just so proud of this. And I put a post up last night the moment I got the email, but essentially, Apex has contacted me, and now I am trading their full live, the true live money accounts. They only do this for traders who they deem to be profitable, and so I am pretty proud of this moment. I was talking to the pre-market show, but essentially, yeah, the new news, essentially, sorry, I'm trying to clean up some stuff. I still have some stuff going up the 80%. There's no more 80% code off anymore. Sorry, Pandas, if you guys felt that way or thought that because of all this my stuff on my stream. But right now they're back to the 50% off, which is still very good, but we're right back at the 50%. Yeah, Gary Janvrin, there's a pre-market show. You should, if you want access to it, then you can go to the my channel, and there should be a link for members. And the members tab, you can see all the pre-market shows. So, yeah, basically Apex contacted me, and now I am trading their, the true money, the true or the real live money accounts.
10,000 tick trap.
And they only contact you if you are profitable. And so, for them, if you guys don't know, actually, let me say good morning to a couple of you guys before I jump into this, so I can wait for more people to come on. Math Leo, welcome. Day trading, welcome back. Kyle Lovers, it's been up and down. What do you think will happen? It'll probably break out in the overnight session. When it looks like this, that means the overnight highs and lows are very tight, very tight. Here's the overnight highs and lows, and these two lines here, and it basically tight trading range, and it's coiling up for a big move, in my opinion. So we can actually have a strong move. I don't know which way it's going to be, though. I don't know which way it's going to be. Kyle Lovers, nothing on the docket news-wise. That's correct. The only news that we have this week is on Friday. I think that's at least high impact. Some other news may affect the market, but the only news I expected to have high impact is on Friday. Welcome. Kevin Mack from Louisville. Make sure you scalp that like button. Also, make sure you drop a GM in the chat with your location. That'd be great. Icky, good morning. Casey, we lost yesterday, Pan. Almost. Aaron Korn, new news. For those who know what we're talking about, then yeah, almost. That's why I said at the end. I just said almost. Anyways, Casey says, do you have to agree to it? So I put a Q&A up, Pandas. I put a Q&A up, and I put that up to see what questions. I'm going to actually talk with them, and I'm going to try to gather as much information as possible. So whatever questions you guys have, throw it in the QA so we can consolidate all the questions in one spot. And so if you guys have any questions in terms of what's the difference between the PA accounts versus the real live money accounts, or what are the benefits, what are the the cons, then please throw it in the QA. Let's try to use this feature. It's kind of weird because it's its own separate tab. Can you guys see the QA? I don't know. Maybe if I have both the pull up and the QA, it doesn't show up. Let me do it again. Let me put up the QA again. Alright, I put a QA up again. Hopefully you guys can see it. But make sure you guys fill out that QA if you guys have any questions in terms of converting from PA to a the live funded account. Hugh says, I probably wouldn't want to know if they did switch it. Yeah, they should have just switched it without even telling me. Now I'm like, oh gosh. Casey says, do you have to agree to it as well, or they can just copy your trades? Once they deem you to be profitable, then they will convert you. Kid Poker says, what's the difference as long as you get paid? Sometimes. Taxes are the same. You're still 1099, just a contractor. Gary says, I'm a member already, so I'm not sure if I missed any of the pre-market show. You can access the previous ones. It goes back to 2 weeks, and then I start to private them just because I don't want people to join just to watch the pre-market shows and then leave. But you can watch up to like 2 weeks of the pre-market show. Stephen Hinkle says, Apex had a webinar months ago and said they would soon be more transparent how to go to a real money account. Wayne Bignell says, good morning from North Georgia mountains. Kirk Reese says, pass those 5 evals. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know how you did it yesterday. Yesterday was a tough day for me. Tough day as in, like, I didn't really enter any trades. I entered like 2 trades and pretty much came out break even. Mike Thompson, good morning. Day trading like a predator. Yeah, 60-40 split, no normal taxes. 60-40 split is if you trade your own money. But I trade as a corporation, so I think that might be better than Vendetta. So there is a Q&A. If you guys can use a Q&A function. So Dante Matthews says, if you blow up a P account, will your eval reset at the beginning of the month pay period, or do you have to sign up for another eval? So that's a good question. What happens if you blow your account now that you converted to a real live money account? What happens now? Good question. Let's gather up the questions here, and I'll answer them all at once. So all the questions you're asking on the main chat, throw in the Q&A. Market's about to... Oh, market just opened. Let's get that bamboo pandas. Did they give you a green jacket? That'd be awesome. Yeah, I would love that. I'd love to have like a jacket that just says Apex, and then you let the world know that you're a true prop firm trader. Yes, what's the qualification to be an affiliate? I don't think there's any qualification. I think you literally just ask them; they'll give you affiliate link.
10,000 tick trap.
But I think the longer you are with them and the more they kind of trust you, they kind of give you some perks. I've been with Apex for a while now, basically from the beginning of this year. And I kind of chose them after looking at all the prop firms when they're all popping up. Now there's even more popping up now. But I still don't think anyone can really compete with Apex still. It's incredible. They are truly the, one of a kind. And they are leading the way in terms of how prop firms should be. And I think people are seeing that and they want to take advantage of it. We're still going back and forth here. We're contained. So this blue line here is overnight high. This blue line is overnight low. Maybe I'll color these differently. I can make this color.
5-minute trap.
Let's make it red. Overnight high. Then we're gonna make this green. Overnight low. Why does this line look thinner? What in the world? Come on, man. Why do you look thinner? Why does green look thinner? Is it actually thinner? It is not thinner. It's the same. It looks a little thinner than the red one. I don't know why. I drew a triangle here. And we have a triangle forming and quick look at the daily chart. We are coming back to the 20 EMA here, and it's quite impressive, right? Because you had this huge wick here, and you're thinking you might push up, but instead we retest the wick. Bad sign for the bulls. Bad sign for the bulls if we have a wick like this and we break beneath it and close beneath it. Imagine if you're long here, thinking we're gonna get push up, and then you see this. The feeling is not good. Let's just say that right now. I just don't think it's a good. This looks good for the bulls, to be honest. But there's always a bull case and bear case, so you may be at the bottom of a trading range on a 2-bar trading range here, and also the 20 EMA. You're above the 20 EMA, so you still have a couple of things going for you. But we are basically at this trend line and getting wedged between the trend line. But like I mentioned, pandas, when the 240 SMA and the 20 EMA start to converge, typically on any other chart you start to see choppy price action, and that's kind of what's happening. Like, we're kind of getting squished between these two. Sorry, this is the 200 SMA. I changed it to 200 SMA on the daily chart, and because I know that's a SMA everyone uses. So you see these two lines are converging. Now you're seeing the price action start to converge, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Typically what happens is that if you're coming from beneath it, it will bounce off of it, go down. Typically.
10,000 tick trap.
Trap on 10,000 tick chart. Also, there isn't any news until Friday, at least high impact news, expected high impact news, and I think the PPI numbers on Friday, 8:30 a.m. So just mark your calendars for that, just in case you're trading and you're just shocked at 8:30 and you see like a 30-point candle. Whoa, what in the world? I just blew all my counts. Hugh says, I read the affiliates get 50% off on resets. I wish that's true. That's not true at all. That's not true. That'd be great. Is it? I don't know. If it is, then I definitely gotta. Yeah. I definitely gotta own then, because I have never got any percentage off any reset ever.
5-minute trap.
GC Burke says that's probably why they limit withdrawal periods, because imagine if you made 100K in your first week of PA trading and you ask for all it right away before they make you live. Yeah, it's true. In my opinion, I know those rules are frustrating for people, like their caps of how much you can pull out until like 4 months of trading, but I think the caps are necessary, and I actually like the caps because to have a real true business model, you need to have certain protections, and that to me just means that Apex is more sustainable. So as long as there's rules to help Apex as a business overall, like I actually like that as well. That's best for all of us, right? So I got 3 questions so far, or I got 4 questions so far.
10,000 tick trap.
Casey asks, when will the 24/7 streams return? That has nothing to do with this, but I'll answer that. Let's collect all the. How about you guys ask as much questions as you guys can until 10 o'clock, and I'll answer all the questions at 10 o'clock. Poke says, if I blow my 80% off eval, will Apex give me a brand new one if I do nothing until the end of the month? It sounds really confusing. Yes. So if you blow your account, if your account is busted, if your eval account is busted, and as long as you don't cancel your eval account, when it renews, you get a free reset. Amazing. So that's beneficial, right? If you have like 50K accounts, you probably want to use the 80% off because that's cheaper than resetting it. But you also have to wait a month. So that's the downside to it. We're getting really choppy here. It's just back and forth. I mean, I really don't know. It's just back and forth here. It's hard for me to tell what's happening. Yep, 80% reset. So any other questions in terms of... So if you guys don't know, yeah, basically, once Apex decides that you are a profitable trader, so I call it like this. I say they do a shadow evaluation. The reason I call it shadow evaluation because they don't make it 100% very... It's not clear. They're very clear about doing this, but they don't make it outright. They don't tell you the information outright. Let's just say that. So when you turn to PA accounts, essentially you're still trading sim, but they're using that. Even though you're trading sim, the nice thing about it is that Apex takes some risk there because they still pay you out. They still pay you out. So you're trading sim, but they pay you out. But the nice thing is that, not the nice thing, but when that happens, when you're in that period, I call it the shadow evaluation because they're taking the time to look at your trading, analyze your trading, and further assess you, and to see how you trade with when you have real money on the line. And because of that, or from there, then they decide to change you to a real live money account after you prove to them that you are a profitable trader. Oof. I mean, this is too choppy for me to take any trade. Look at the 20 EMA going in and out of it. This to me just screams sit on your paws. But what they do, they will, if after a while trading, they actually will just email you. And I got that email last night, and I'm honored. I'm actually really happy that they recognize my trading and they want to, they trust me enough to trade their real life money accounts. And it's quite nice. That the thing for me, at the very least, like to me, it doesn't change much in terms of how I trade. Right, I'm gonna still trade the same things. Like you still need to focus on your setups. You still need to focus on what's important. Like who cares whatever title you have? It doesn't really matter. The only thing for me that it really does that I appreciate is that I think it just tells me I'm going in the right direction. I think it tells me that I've made progress. I think what it tells me is that I am better than I was, let's say, a year ago or 2 years ago. And I in no sense do I feel like I've arrived to anything. Like to me, I described it like this. So we're approaching the overnight lows here, and I think we're gonna break through it, Pandas. Like I don't think it's gonna hold. I think we're gonna break through it, and I don't know. whatever side we break out, I just feel like that's the direction we're gonna go the rest of the day. You know, to me, I say like it's like when you're growing physically, you just don't know. Or let's just say like even like as an athlete, if you're training for something, as you train and train and train, you know, like you in a sense, like I still feel like I have a lot of flaws, you know. And I think if you get a certain level of any performance, you know, activity, it's like you're growing, you don't recognize your growth, but as you continue to like train and just get better, you gradually are getting better. And but you don't really recognize it until like a year later. You just see like, you know, the difference in performance. But for you, you're just focused on, you know, doing what you can do as best as you can. And you know, and so for me, I don't feel like, I feel like I still have a lot of things I got to work on. And you know, I just think as you get better, you know, you become more critical of yourself and you find new things to be critical of. So that's kind of where I feel right now. Like so what? You know, I you know, like Apex thinks I'm a good trader, but to me, like that doesn't change anything for me. I'm just going to trade how I've always been trading. We did break the overnight lows, and this could be the waterfall. Someone asked, you know, we're choppy in the overnight session, but to me, that just means that we coiled up and now we have a direction that we may be going here. We have a downtrend day today, and we already broke the overnight lows, multiple points here, strong bear bars. Could be a failed breakdown and reverse here, but I don't know. Yeah, so for me, it's a great achievement. I think, like, I am so proud of myself, I guess. Like, and you always have that, you know, that mantra where people say, only 10% traders are successful. And to me, it's like, well, I feel like I could be that 10%. And, you know, you feel a little special. You feel a little special. You're like, okay, I might be one of the part of the 10% there. You know, the rare group of people who are actually profitable in trading. And you know, for me, it just feels like it's, you know, I think it's just signs pointing to that I'm going the right direction here. Validation, exactly. That's a good word. Validation. Basically, Kid Poker summed everything I said. It said in one word. Validation. NJ says Apex can copy your trades. Yep. So the P accounts, they just have the right to reserve to copy your trades or not. But the thing is, it's like the thing is that when you change to a real life money account, they don't have the option to do that. Like, you are trading their money, and they're willing to risk whatever money, you know, they're willing to risk, you know, all the money, basically. But I think I'm going to put a video up. It's just talking about my journey to get to this point where essentially I've reached the highest point of prop firm trading, which has become a real true live prop firm trader. And yeah, it's amazing. And I think I'll probably talk about my journey here. And no, for me, it's still the beginning. Like, I feel like I'm pretty young in terms of my trading career. Like, you know, any career, if you're saying like, oh, I've been doing it for like 2.5 years, you know, people will say like, oh, you still started. You're a new entry employee. Absolutely incredible. We're pushing down so hard. I have no entries here. The moment we broke the overnight lows, we are just on a waterfall here. And I have no entries. You know, it's always in short, probably on the higher time frames. And we could have a waterfall here, and we can test the bottom of this trading range, perhaps. I think we're going to smash through the 20 EMA, to be honest. I don't think 20 EMA has a chance with us with this move. Could be wrong, though. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like they describe it pretty clearly in one of these. You know, they're transparent about it. They're just not like, you know, outright, you know, just saying everything. But I mean, they are kind of, but at the same time, it's like they're not like broadcasting it, but they make it very clear. They released a video. I'll If you look at my post, if you guys go and look at my post, then you guys can see there's a link in that post, my most recent post. If you want to find my post, you can go to the channel and look at the community tab or post tab, whatever, and you can look at the post. But there's a link there goes over like how they decide to change your account from a P account to a live prop firm account. We just have a straight move down. I'm looking for a second entry short, pandas, but with this move being so strong, I feel like by the time it comes, it might be too late, you know. But if I can get it around this area, give me that second entry short. I'll take it. I'll take that. It looks like a beautiful trade, actually, if I can get it. I was thinking about taking this trade, but it was just so choppy going in and out of 20 May. I didn't feel so confident. I just didn't know. I usually just stay out of messes like this. But if you're a swing trader, I think that's a good trade to take. If you're a swing trader. Low risk, high reward, but low probability. Maybe about, you know, little over 50% probability to make this move down like this. But that's excellent probability, right? If you have amazing risk reward. I mean, 50%, little over 50% probability. Maybe not, maybe a little less than 50% probability, but still, it's like, man, when you make it this much reward, it's worth it. Let's see if we can get that second entry. Also, pandas, if you guys have any questions, what the differences are in terms of converting from a P account to a real live money account, then make sure you fill it out in the question and answers. If you guys don't know, there's a question and answer like functionality, and I don't know actually how it looks like on your end, but I'm gonna collect questions until 10 o'clock, and I'll answer all the questions that you guys have in terms of converting as best as I can. I'm actually gonna talk with Apex after this stream to get more details, and so whatever questions you guys have, please ask them. So there's questions I have, personally. And I want to know if, they can answer them. But, yeah. But if there's some questions that I'm missing that you guys have, then I would like to know. So make sure you throw the questions. There's a huge move down. And then now we're spiking back up. Just one leg down, one leg up. Impossible to trade this at the moment. I don't know. Like, unless you're trading levels, I couldn't really trade like this. Could not enter it anyway. Now we're clearly above the 20 May. Hard to take a second to short here. Pretty strong move down. Bouncing off the 20 EMA once again on the daily chart. People have limit orders on the daily chart. That might be what this is. I don't think it'll last. I think we're going to push through it. I don't think the 20 EMA is going to last on the daily chart. But when supports act as supports, you gotta pay attention to it. So I'm gonna sit on my pause here. This is second entry long here. It's quite crazy because this has been one entire leg down, one leg up, A, B, C, and it's actually a two-legged pullback, two pushes down, technically here before breaking a previous pivot high. Mixel asks how much you make a month from trading. I actually talk about that with my pandas at the pre-market show. So I know it's a silly question, but I actually answer that question as a panda. If you're a panda, you know. I think I'm the only YouTuber who actually does that. Like all the other YouTubers, they put out content, but they don't actually like connect with you guys, you know? Like they don't actually like tell you and you can join on their journey. They just kind of, yeah. You have something to sell essentially. Yeah, with $5 a month, and if that information is very vital to you, then that's worth it. I asked the question to the pandas, like, why you guys, what's the best part about the pre-market show? What's the best part about being a panda? And to them, they just said, you know, basically to follow along the journey, you know. And to them, they like the fact that I'm so open, and it's not even showing like big gains. They actually appreciate the losses as much as the gains, and the fact that I'm just so transparent, and they can see it happening before their eyes, right? Like the pandas who have been with me, they've seen my journey up to this point of becoming the real, like a real live prop firm trader. They've seen a journey from beginning to end, and that's you know, for them, I think it's worth the cup of coffee a month. You know, that's what I call it. It's like for anyone who enjoys the content here, it's like, you know, I just imagine you guys, you know, buying me a cup of coffee once a month, and me and Mrs. Panda enjoy that very much. So I do, you know, I do appreciate all you guys, and so I do, yeah. Panda, do you make a consistent amount, or is it more like just take as you go? I think it depends on the month. I already know I have some weaknesses when things are very choppy. When there's extended amount of chop, it's like if I was like an RPG character in a video game, it's like my stamina would be like dropping to its lowest, like my stamina bar. And you know, when it's the longer it's choppy, the worse I trade. And it's because I'm just so eager to enter something, and I guess, you know, for me, that's kind of my weakness when it becomes so choppy for so long. This is actually a second entry short here, pandas. Oh man, but we broke above. Like, what is this? Like, we need a new high on this move up now. It's just weird. Like, it's a second entry short Pikachu trade, and it's going the direction of the move down here, and we're beneath the 20 MA. But this first leg breaks above the 20 MA. It just looks weird. We need a new high at this point. Unfortunately, I can't take this short, but we also need a new low. It's a good signal bar. 3 overlapping bars underneath the 20 MA. Maybe it's a silly trade skipping, but man, I'm looking for that new high on this move up. It's such a strong move up. Like, I'm expecting maybe another leg up here, and ends up being a good trade for a scalp. Unfortunately, darn. It's a perfect scalp, so I'm not too sad I missed this if it does reverse here. But I'm looking for that new high off the strong move up, and unfortunately, it's like that's gonna make me miss this move down if we do get a strong push down. And I might miss it. I don't like how the first leg breaks above the 20 MA. It creates a gap. Like, what is that? You know, this should have another leg up. I should expect one more leg up here, but the prevailing downtrend here actually was strong enough. It needs to kind of get that second leg down. Mystical, thanks for becoming a panda. Thanks for your support. Enjoy your 2-legged pullback badge on the forums over time. Enjoy your panda emoticons, and enjoy access to the pre-market show. If you want to get access to it, you can go to the channel, and you have a members tab available to you now, and you can look through there all the content for the members only. Darn turtle. He remembers the old school. I used to create my own, like, real YouTubers, they have like sound effects that they can use, and I used to just do it manually. I go Misco. You know, I would do it manually because I'm just so ghetto. You actually have to pay for like those like sound effects, and I'm just like, I'm not paying for that. But maybe I should. This ends up being a nice move for a scalp. Unfortunately, I was looking for a new high on this sharp move up. What it ended up might have been maybe more like an overshoot. I don't know. Maybe I could take that trade of overshoot to undershoot. Man, darn it. I was looking for a new high, and it's okay though, Pandas. I missed that trade. I just don't like the fact that we have a gap here. The fact that we broke above the 20 MA like this, it makes me feel like we wanted one more leg up before we continue this downtrend. But instead, we're getting this move. Tough. My name is Mike. Okay, not Mixel. From Michael. Okay. Never seen it spelled like that, but oh, thanks for coming, Panda, Mike. Pandas, I'm collecting all the questions from you guys so I can ask Apex directly. I'm gonna actually have a phone call with them after this, and I want to ask them every question that I possibly can when converting from a PA account to a real live money account. And if you guys have any questions, please put it in the Q&A. If you guys don't know, probably if you go to the top of the chat, you can see the Q&A, and you can go to the questions tab, and yeah, make sure you put your questions up there. I'm gonna collect them up until 10 o'clock, and I'll answer every question in the Q&A section. And yeah, and I'm gonna close it up. I'm gonna answer as many questions as I can that I know the answer to, but for any questions I don't know, I'm gonna make sure I ask Apex today. So if you're dying to know something about Apex, second interest short. I really wanted second interest short. Not this. It's just I didn't want it to look like this. This is terrible. And the risk was not that small. It was 3.5 point risk. Inside bar, signal bar. We finally made a new low, which I was expecting to make, but I just wish I had a better setup. This setup just looks ugly. And like I mentioned, I think we're gonna just smash through the daily 20 EMA. I don't think it's gonna have a chance. It did have a chance, right? It was bouncing off of over here, but now it's testing again. I don't think it's gonna hold. I need an entry here in Pandas. Do I still want to go short? It's tough to say now. I mean, we broke trend to new low, and we made a moving average gap here. If anything, this is where you look for a reversal trade. Now we got an undershoot of this downtrend, so it's tough. It could just be like this, and then I could draw another trend like this. If I think this is the actual trend here, but I'm gonna keep it like this because this gives me information that this could possibly be an undershoot, might lead to an overshoot, and I'd like to make a trade off of that if I can. Could be just a downtrend day today as well. So looking for reversals may be dumb, but to me, if we get a good setup for reversal, I'll take it thinking the risk is worth it. And then if that goes wrong, then possibly reverse my trade. I typically don't reverse though. It's really hard for me to change my premise so quickly. So naturally, it's just hard for me to reverse my trades. Alex Newser asked a good question. What's the advantage of a real life funded account versus a P account? Ask that in the QA, and I will make sure I'll get to it. Yep, good. I see it there. And we're gonna wrap it up here. All right, I'm gonna end the Q. Actually, do I end the Q&A? I'll just go over the questions. So I'm gonna go over all the Q&A questions here. And you might say, like, Panda just missed a good trade here. I personally don't think this is necessarily a good trade. I mean, it makes sense, right? But at the same time, I was expecting possibly, we could have done something like this where we actually made right? We actually come here and this actually traps you and actually makes a new high before making, right, the setup that you would love to see here, the failed second entry long after this move up. You know, that's what I was expecting to see, and it could have been a possibility here, but instead, obviously, this moves down. But because this moves so strongly up, I was kind of thinking maybe it might have another leg up. And the reason why I felt that way is because I've been burned by situations like this. Super strong move down, ends up being an exhausted move down, and ends up reversing. And if I, you know, especially when after the strong move down, we basically have a V bottom type looking price action. To me, this could have just as much chance to actually make a new high before moving down. And I was expecting it to go down sooner or later, but you know, with this move up in the smaller sense, right? Smaller, I guess, short-term sense, it's that could have been a possibility. That's why I didn't take that. That's why I didn't take it. We do have another second entry short here, but we already broke trend to make a new low. We're clearly beneath the 20 MA. Huge wicks on these candles here. This could be a downtrend day all day today. I might just be missing it, being too conservative here. It makes a perfect scalp pretty immediately, and it looks like it's trying to make a absolute scalp. Absolute scalp, most likely. Yep, absolute scalp made. So a second entry short. I just don't know how to. I don't know how to mark this channel here. Like, I thought it was an undershoot, maybe leading to an overshoot, but instead we get the second entry short. I mean, this downtrend is very strong if that's the case. Wasn't expecting that. For me, it's hard to draw this. It's really hard for me to draw a proper channel here. Because I would have used this pivot low here. Now we're making new lows, or we're breaking even further down, which is the, you know, the more uncommon thing for it to happen. I don't know how to draw this channel. I guess I'll draw it like this since it failed to really, you know, create the symmetry that I was looking for. But we'll just use these pivot lows here, over here. All right. So the first question is, if you blow up a P account, will your eval reset at the beginning of the month pay period, or do you have to sign up for another eval? I'm guessing you're referring to if you blow a prop firm account. Once they change it to a real live money account, it does feel like everything's the same, except there's certain exceptions, and this is one of the exceptions. If you blow a real live money account, they do not allow you to. I guess what you can do, you can start a new eval, but their recommendation is actually you basically have to start over from scratch, and it will. I think they will recommend if you take a break, but. Like they might have a small probation period for you before you start up again. So that's kind of like more pressure that you have. Before with the P accounts, I didn't really mind. I just like trade. So that is one difference. Like if you blow a real life money account, the consequences are larger, because it makes sense, right? Because if you're actually like trading the real money, they want you to, the consequences should be larger. You're still Vendetta asks, what is the difference, and are you considered an employee or still independent contractor? You're still independent contractor. It's the same thing as a PA account. Casey asks, when will the 24/7 streams return? I'm not sure. Whenever I feel like it'll be a good time to do it. Emmanuel Martinez says, can you trade news in PA? You can. You are not allowed to trade news on PA. I don't think. I think you can, but it's like you basically have to have the same consistency rules, right? And if you trade like news, then it's like it has to be part of your trading plan, kind of. Like you can't just trade news and just take a YOLO trade. Like to them, that's not wise. That's not wise trading. And especially if you're trading their real money, they're going to be a little hesitant for you to do that. Do you get payouts in PA accounts? Isn't that after you pass evaluation? I'm not sure what the question is, how it's framed, but you do get payouts in PA accounts, in prop firm accounts. Panda, do you recommend any other prop firms? I'm trying to expand to more prop firms. Right now, I haven't done much research. I'm starting to do research and trying to create like a comparing, just a comparison of all the prop firms. This fail second entry long trap works out. This is a strong downtrend right now, and it's just obliterating the market at this moment. So again, I can't take this trade far away from any key areas. It just pushes down. And I just don't feel like I have a very comfortable entry here in any sense. It's just a super strong move down, unless you're just always in short and you're just buying everything short, all first entries, all second entries, just keep going short, thinking that no matter what, if it does reverse, it will be a small reversal, and then that's when you come out break even. So Casey says, do they pick which account to copy? Because I know you trade each account differently, such as streaming account and other accounts in general. Do they pick which account to copy? I don't, it's not copying anymore. It's just a real life. I guess what you're asking is when they switch over everything to live. This is just a waterfall, but no entries for me yet. You know, you want a second entry short, and man, what a move down. Like I mentioned, I don't think the 20 EMA is gonna withstand this pressure, right? Like I mentioned, when you have a wick like this and you you break the bottom part of this wick, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for the bulls right now. Looks very bad, especially you're coming off a key area like this, off this trend line, and you're going beneath the 20 MA now. Ooh, could have a spike in channel type situation here, but even then, man, this is it's not looking too good for the bulls. I mean, I'm thinking we're gonna test this trend line. I really want to see how it reacts to this trend line here on the daily chart. Keep on having to do this, expanding this channel here. I think that's one question I'm gonna ask them. I really want to know, in terms of, can they manipulate my accounts? Let's just say like I want to combine all my accounts into one big account. You know, can they do that? Or do I have to keep it like separate PA accounts and do the trade copier? I don't know. So I'm gonna talk with them and figure out if that's what they can do. Right, it says, how long did it take you from PA to real life fund account? Well, I've been with Apex since the beginning of this year, and so you know, as long as I guess 1 year to get to this point. David Wall says, I feel like I understand price action, but still not profit. Thus, I must not understand price action. What do you think are the most common misunderstandings of price action? I mean, that's a good question. It doesn't have to do with this Q&A, but that's definitely a very good question. I'll answer that after this. I'll get back to that. Vendada says, what are the thresholds for a live money account? It's the same as the PA accounts. Like, in a sense, like, if they switched over and they didn't tell me, like, I wouldn't even know, right? It could be as seamless as that. Jason says, Panda, please ask them to expand to South Africa because I can no longer trade with them because they no longer support South Africa. I know it's a long shot to ask, but I beg you to. Man, I don't think they're going to listen to me. I don't think I have that kind of influence over Apex. Dave Wall says, to be honest, I signed up to be a Panda, but I have only watched one pre-market show. Just want to support you. Thankful for the live trading daily. Hey, Dave Wall, I appreciate that a lot. I mean, you have access to it, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there were Pandas before the pre-market show even existed. So there are people who are supporting me without any perks whatsoever, other than the fact that they say they wanted to let me know that, hey, we're behind you, we love the content. So, you know, in a sense, it's like they're just being good humans, saying, hey, we believe in this, and we want to, you know, we think that it deserves at least one cup of coffee a month. Alex asks, what's the advantage of a real life funded account versus a P account? I'll probably have a better way to answer that
trap.
after my talk with Apex, and the main thing really is actually not much changes in terms of how it feels, But I think, I mean, it really depends. I'm gonna get more clarity on that. We'll see. Farhan says, what if someone fails 10 times and passes on the 11th time? Would it be good, or there would be some kind of rules for that? For it, I don't know the question really what you're trying to ask, but when you become a real life funded account, when you trade a live funded account, that means you've already past the eval, and you've already been trading P accounts long enough where you're pulling out enough money where they're like, okay, like we gotta change this guy to a real life money account because otherwise this is unsustainable, and we need to actually have this guy trade for us because he's making money. Iron Chris says, I haven't even made a trade yet, waiting for pullbacks to 20. Okay, so all right, that's it for the Q&A. Second entry short here, pandas. Such a strong downtrend. We're so far away from a 20 EMA. It's like scary to take a short this late in trend. And it really actually technically didn't touch the 20 EMA yet. And this is your signal bar. It looks ugly, and they're going sideways now. Even at this point, it's like hard for me to take a second entry short. Even though I know we're in a really strong downtrend, it's just like we're so far away from 20 EMA on the 5-minute chart. Like, look how far we are from it. The 10,000 tick chart also, we're very far away from it, from a 20 EMA. So, I don't know. It does end up breaking a second entry short here. Creating a second entry short.
10,000 tick trap.
This is a signal bar. It's ugly. The risk is not too large, but if you're really eager to go short here, that's the short. We have an undershoot, maybe leads to an overshoot, quite possibly a reversal. And we still haven't touched the 20 EMA yet. So to me, like, we still actually didn't get to the key area. So I'm a little hesitant to go short here, especially with this signal bar. Again, sitting on my pause, I might be trapped out of this downtrend, and I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. Turtle Toe says you got to answer the dude's price action question. Humans, you guys are turtles and pandas. I know. I'm sorry. You guys are just good animals. The split on the real life money count, yep, still 90-10. If you're short here, you still haven't made your scalp, and now you're sweating the fact that this reversed here. Really going sideways here for now. Some people come out with 1 point. If you're a 1 point scalper, you're safe here. All right. If we retest the 20 EMA here and get a lower high setup or something, that'll be interesting going short. I want to test. We haven't touched a 20 EMA since this bar. I want to actually come and test the 20 EMA. I feel like it wants to touch it and retest it. But there's one question someone asked in the Q&A. They feel like, by the way, if you guys are enjoying the content here, make sure you guys scalp that like button. What's an LLP? I'm not sure what that is. Corp LLP account. I'm not sure what you're asking. Can you ask? Say one have 20 P accounts under personal name. That's 20 val under LLP. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're asking. Oh, they have to close? Can we retest the 20 MA? Give me a lower high second entry short and I'll take it. Even this trap trade is not too bad. The trap trade might be what I needed, but man, you are sweating here. You actually got a micro double top and you're happy that this price action is happening. You almost get stopped out here. Micro double top off the 20 MA. This is probably your best trade so far, in my opinion, of the day. Actually, do you scalp out? 1, 2. You actually haven't scalped out yet. Oof. You can come in with a retracement here. The trading range indicator marking the trading range for us underneath the 20 MA so far. Don't want to go short here. Another push down. Thinking here, I'm not sure. Oof, don't want to go short here, pandas. We're so choppy, but we're clear underneath the 20 MA. I gotta take this trade, pandas. If we push down here again, I like the trade to go short. It's another trap to the downside. But if it reverses, if it breaks this high here, I don't know if I want this trade anymore. It's getting really choppy, really sideways at this point. Maybe it's not a good trade after all. Especially when now this is the new signal bar. But if we test a 20 MA like this and we can't come back to test it. But when you look at this movement, it keeps popping up. It keeps going up. You know, that only comes with limit orders. Let's see here. Actually, with stop orders. Only way it can push up with stop orders. Ooh, I don't think I like this anymore. It's getting really sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test the top of it. Oof. It's gonna retrace the entire movement of that bar, the previous bar. It's a trap trade. The risk is about 1, 2, 3.5 points. It's really overlapping here, but the 20 MA is acting as a clear resistance, and we keep going back up to it. It's getting really choppy. I don't know if I like this. If we get another doji bar or another overlapping bar here, but that's already 4 overlapping bars. I gotta cancel that, pandas. I'm sorry. I might be really conservative here, but that is choppy, like definition of chop right here with 5 overlapping bars in a row. It's just hard for me to make a decision on which way it's gonna go. So it looks bearish now, but and we're clearly underneath the 20 MA. So many overlapping bars. It's just, I mean, we're underneath the 20 MA, so it makes me want to go short. But at the same time, it's so many overlapping bars. Like this can break down, reverse back up very strongly. I wouldn't be surprised if it did that. Right, it's going to continue the inertia of this price action, which is a trading range at the moment. Oh boy, tough. Very tricky, very tricky. You want to go short here, but at the same time, the price action is going very sideways. You're still underneath the 20 MA. It's just crazy. It's making me confused. So confused. Okay, so if you went short here, you're fighting for your life now. 1 tick, saved by 1 tick. Most likely, you've already conceded. You got stopped out if you went short there. Good thing I didn't go short there. You just got stopped out. You know, strong bull bar ending on its high now, breaking above the 20 MA, proving that this was a trading range and why I didn't go short here, why I canceled that trade. Man, it's confusing, right? When it starts to overlap like this much, it just gets so confusing. It becomes 50-50. You just don't know. Especially, even if it's underneath the 20 MA like this, you gotta be patient, pandas. Gotta be patient there. Especially when you're so far away from 20 MA. On the higher time frame, so far away from it. 5 minute as well. So far away from the 20 MA on the 5 minute. We might start making our way back up or kind of go sideways a little bit. Hey, Richard Harris, stop commenting on other people's trades. Yeah, it's just not, it's not right. It's just, you know, let people trade. I don't make, no one comments on your trades. And it's just, yeah, I just don't think it's, I don't care. Yeah, just don't comment on people's trades. You can do your own thing, just don't comment on other people's trades. If he's your friend, then you would know not to do that.
10,000 tick
Especially,
trap.
you know, on a chat with hundreds of people in there. You can DM him personally. Trading is a very sensitive thing, to be honest. This is why it's so difficult to trade live, just because of the sensitive nature of it. I mean, you can comment on my trading, but I have the ability just to ban you. Okay, well, fail breakout, and now we're coming back into the trading range. So that is, you know, kind of expected when it comes to trading ranges for something like this to happen. We do have a second entry short on a 10,000 tick chart. It's an ugly one, but it's a 10,000 tick second entry short here, far away from 20 MA. I like it. Alright guys, you don't have to talk about Richard anymore. I don't want to attack him, but it's just like, you know. If someone like puts out a trade out there and they say they lost, you know, it's like, you don't say, oh my gosh, you did that. You know, you're more like, dang, that sucks. Better luck next time, right? That's a better response to have. You know, unless you have like a, you know, some real like criticisms on top of like, you know, oh, that trade, you know, I saw this, you know, everyone can see something different, but this is what I saw. And actually have some, you know, constructive criticism or trap on a 10,000 tick chart setting up way beneath the 20 MA, but kind of come back up to the 20 MA here. Yeah, Richard's a good guy. Oh, we love Richard. We love Richard. Do you live stream daily, Panda? Yeah. Every single day. Welcome to the stream if this is your first time, John. Glad that you decided to join. Boy, oh boy. Trap on a 10,000 take chart. Okay. Second entry. Fail second entry short triggers on 10,000 tick. Nasty. That is nasty price action right there. $10,000 tick chart.
10,000 tick trap.
By the way, if you want to know what tick chart we're looking at, you can look at the top left of your screen. Or what time frame. Sometimes I look at the 5 minute. You can see that we're at the 5 minute. We have this fail second entry short here on a 10,000 tick. Richard, I know it's not personal. I know that if you guys have a cool relationship, but it's just, yeah, that's fine. DM, it's all good. It's just the fact that if you kind of call him out like that, like kind of saying like you're kind of saying like, dumb trade, and you're saying that in front of hundreds of people. I just think it's a little distasteful. I mean, if Aaron's cool with it, that's all good. At the same time, like I just don't want that to be the norm of people just. Oof. This trap trade is so interesting. I'm actually like tempted to take it. Man, I can't though. I really can't. I mean, I think we're in a downtrend, so hard for me to go long here. We have this like multiple hits on the bottom here, and we're clearly above the 20 MA, and it looks nice. Inside bar here. Ooh. Inside bar. Maybe pushing up higher here. Dante says, what are some resources you recommend for getting more fundamental base knowledge for price action trading? I mean, if you can handle it, it's Brooks trading course, 100%. That's what you want, Brooks trading course. There's a link in the description. It is an affiliate link, but you know, you can search it on Google, or you can go to the link, whatever it's easier. But yeah. Do I have a Discord? Yes, I do. Two-legged pullback Discord. Become a super panda to join, or you can purchase the two-legged pullback deluxe, and that comes with lifetime access to the Discord. If you become a super panda, you pay monthly, but if you get the deluxe, then it's just a one-time payment. All right, so we created the worst pattern that you can create, which I hate, the expanding pattern. Higher highs, lower lows. Basically, something like this being created. I think it's gonna continue to go down though. It's nasty. All right, break a trend to new high. I want to enter short, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get it. I'm on 2000 tick chart, but sometimes my bars look different. Reload your historical. I'm reloading mine right now. We don't have a trade right now, but if we get two-legged here, maybe. It's the fact that we're also in a trading range, but I think our downtrend is going to continue here, but I'll need like a two-legged pullback here to go short. Let's get a second entry short here. This could be a break a trend to new low as well. Right, finally kind of break a trend here to new low, break a trend to new high. What is this blue line? How old is this blue line? I don't even know where. Oh my, where did this come from? Okay, this breakout, huh? Interesting. Huh. Adrian with 20 points. Let's go, baby. Hey, 20 points that's some good bamboo. Maybe second entry short here.
10,000 tick trap.
All right, we don't get our second entry short here. Maybe fail second entry long. Continue this push down. Fail second entry long, perhaps here. It's confusing though. Do I want to take this short? I mean, we already broke trend. I mean, I'm looking for a new low. I mean, we could actually have it like this. Break a trend and new low created with this push down. Trap does trigger. And I could be a fool just not going short, but I'm scared that this break a trend new low already finished. And taking this trap will be a little odd for me to take. It's going the direction that I like. It's going direction with the overall prem I have, which is, you know, bear trend. But within this trend, I see this, perhaps this move here, and a little hesitant to take it. Okay, so if you went short here, you just lost that trade, right? You got stopped out. So that's why I skipped it. I perhaps will take this one here, right? Maybe, I'm not sure if this new low is strong enough, but also might be coming back into this trading range. It just shows how confused I am. I kind of like this short here, but break a trend new low already created. Failed trap here. It could be a good trade to take. Second entry short, and I might be missing it. I just don't like the fact that we already broke trend and made a new low here. And this failed trap here makes me hesitant as well, but I like the fact we came off with 20 MA and a nice, pretty nice signal bar. I guess it's still bullish, but the signal bar is, you know, has a big wick above it and clearly beneath 20 MA. I might have already missed a move here. Yeah, I already missed a move. Maybe I can go. Yeah. I'm being really conservative here, but that break a trend to new low with this, even with this one wick here, made me hesitant, and the failed trap as well. We make a perfect scalp in reverse. Perfect scalp created. That means it went exactly 2 points. You can see with this gold box. People came with retracement, re-entered here. That's a good sign for the bears, right? When you have the bounce one tick beneath here, that means people re-entered here, or basically your runner got stopped out and then it's continuing the way they thought it was going to go, unfortunately. So for those who had a runner. So now we got to break a trend. You know what? I should have gone, because we basically had like this super small, basically two leg pullback, break a trend, new high here, finishing that uptrend. Darn. Tough. It's tough. Like, I like that second entry short, but at the same time, it's like you have some things to think that we might come back into this trading range, or you know, we have some scenarios here where you made that new low already, so you almost had no excuse. If this reverse, you almost have no excuse to have taken to being trapped out there, because it's like Well, you have all the signs here to tell you that this could have reversed, yet you ignored them. And so, you know, the downside is if you're too conservative, obviously you're not making money when you can. So that's in a sense losing money as well, right? Money that you could have made. But at the same time, you know, you got to have your risk reward there. And I think for me, that risk reward and probability, there's a chance for that to reverse. You lose this trade, and you know, and I would have no one to blame but myself to have lost that trade if I entered. Mike asks, just curious, you trade opening hours or all day? All day. I just keep my charts open all day. So we're pushing back up now. Another push down here. First entry. Not a first entry. I don't take first entries like that, but ends up being a strong push down here. Very strong push down. Daily chart, where are we? They were gonna come back, test the trend line here. Absolutely incredible. Dante Matthews, how does your trading style change, if any, when you trade during off hours or at times of low liquidity? Price action to me tells you enough information in terms of what you need. So if I start to see the price action being choppy, I usually just don't trade. But if I see a good move, then I'll take it. It's just this got a little tricky for me. It's not the cleanest price action, but that is a second entry short here. Continuous downtrend. I just didn't like the fact that we made that new low. If we didn't pop down like that and didn't make that new low, then I would expect a new low and probably enter that short, but almost measure move made here. I haven't entered any trades. We have a clear downtrend, but in this downtrend, no entries. And when there was an entry, second entry short, it got messed up, right? It trapped and did this thing for a while, and then we have this potential move. So it's a downtrend, but it's not the cleanest downtrend. It's within it. You have a lot of choppiness, in my opinion. Again, far away from 20 May. trap has a pretty decent strong push down, but if there's a channel here, then we're near the bottom of it. Man, I haven't really been able to find some good trades. Trap trade, middle of nowhere. It's a strong push down. And it's gonna be one of those like 1% days again. Daily chart might just have a huge move. Like this huge move up. Those are like a 1% day. These are like 1% days, to be honest. It's crazy. We might have one of those 1% days today. Maybe not 1%, maybe 5%, I'll say. Strong push down, but bounce right back up. Darn. I mean, it's hard for. I can't find an entry here, Panis. I'm sorry. Right, this is a first entry here. This is a second entry, but at the same time, it started doing this like choppiness here. And honestly, we had that break of trend to new low, so it's kind of made me worried that this move was done. Confused. Am I looking for a long trade now? Like, do I feel like the downtrend's done? Downtrend's so strong, it's like it's foolish to think of any longs here, but you can get away with a reversal trade here. This is a spot for it. But the problem is the downtrend's so strong, like I just don't want to trade long. At the same time, I just don't know when to come in short here. Is the music not good? I can't really hear it. Big push up, like I said, possibly reversal here. After this exhaustive move down, they'll follow through. Bouncing off the bottom of this channel. Now we're above the 20 MA. Breaking above the trend, break of trend, new low. Hindsight bias, these trades are easy to look at, but are fine. But man, when you're live trading, when you see things like this, it's just like any signs that your trade can fail, like you want to consider it. strong bull bar on the 5-minute chart. You're thinking this bull bar will have some strength, maybe to bring us back to 20 EMA here. 10,000 tick chart, also strong bull bar, ending on its high. Let's see if we can get too leggy here off of 20 EMA. You can also consider this a break a trend to new low. Second entry, possibly. Second entry long here. I may consider it because you're looking for a new leg. You're looking for one more move up. Such a strong bull move up. You're thinking there's some follow through here, most likely. Most likely. Second entry long here, I'll consider. So we're clearly above the 20 MA. And you want a new high. Right, this move is not done yet. You're thinking it's gonna make a new high here. So we'll go second entry long here. I'll put the pull up as well. Second entry long. We're not close to the 20 EMA, which is unfortunate because you want to bounce off a key area if you're gonna go long here. And if you go long, you could be hitting your heads on the top of these pivots. So unfortunately, that makes an outside bar reversal. I'm not taking that trade. It looks ugly, looks terrible. And if you're really eager to go long, then you'll take that long there, but I'm gonna wait for my setup here. I'm waiting for the second entry long. Well, actually, technically, A, B, C. Now you're sweating if you took that long trade. Now wait for the bar to finish before considering taking the second entries. Micro double bottom here. Not enough for me. I need to actually break.
5-minute trap.
Trap on the 5-minute chart, possibly here. Fail second entry long. Oof. Might be a big push down actually. Oof. Second entry short. Ooh, fail second entry long triggers. Now we're off the 20 MA bouncing. It's a big bar. It's a big risk here. Signal bar is ugly. But we're gonna take this trade, pandas. Possibly our only trade of the day. It's an ugly signal bar now. We're going completely sideways. But I'm gonna take this trade anyway. Second entry long here. Coming off the 20 MA. We're going really sideways here. Could be a little hesitant, but I like the bounce off the 20 MA now. And it's really choppy. And that alone could be the reason why. But for me, this will be a failed. It'd be a double trap on the 5-minute, which is why I want to take this trade. Double trap on the 5-minute. Second entry long on a 2,000 tick. 10,000 tick as well. Second entry long. 10,000 tick chart is the second push up. Now these wicks are looking ugly. Like, do you really want to go long on these wicks here? So much overlap, so many overlapping bars. Now you have a premise that we're gonna make a new high here, so you kind of want to go long, but at the same, and you're clearly above the 20 MA, but at the same time, like, look how sideways this is going. I gotta cancel this. It's going too sideways now again for me, and it has a high chance of making a scalp, but at the same time, it's so sideways. I just gotta sit on my pulse here. You know, it's just like terrible price action. So sideways, but clearly above the 20 MA, and most likely will continue the original trend, which is up, right? You have the original trend which is going up, consolidation, and most likely will continue this original trend to go up. Darn, tricky. This got really sideways. And unfortunately, even though I had like a prem to this go along and make a new high, it's just it's so sideways, so ugly. Can't take this trade. Way too many bars overlapping. The reason why you can't take this trade is because even the trading range indicator recognizes this is a strong trend or trading range. The reason why is because typically when you break the trading range, the inertia continues the trading range, you come back into it. So if we do break above here, the natural inertia will bring us back in, which could increase the chances of this failing to make a point or make a scalp. But darn, I kind of want to see the outcome of this consolidation breaking. I want to break above or below here. And I just want to see the outcome. I'm not going to take the trade, but I just want to see the outcome here. I do use the 5-minute as well. I use a 2,000 tick chart. I use a 5-minute as well. And 10,000 tick. They're on different charts though. Different windows. Okay. We pushed down. We broke this low here. In a sense, I actually like to go long here now. If we get a decent signal bar, because now we had a failed breakdown of this trading range and come back into the trading range. If we get a nice signal bar, I'll go long here. Doesn't look like it'll be a nice signal bar. Currently, it looks very bearish. Very bearish. Bear bar ending on its low. Worst type of signal bar you can possibly imagine. Now we're clearly underneath the 20 EMA here. I could possibly still want to take a nice... If a nice signal bar appears here, I may take it. I don't know. Nah, it's looking pretty bad. 20 EMA also curling down. All right, pandas, I think that's it for today. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Are we gonna trade here? Can we get a good signal bar? Give me a good signal bar. I'll take it. 20 EMA acting as resistance now. Right there. Decent signal bar. I'll take it to come back up into our trading range if we get it. I could get knocked down right away. That's not a good sign if you're long. If you're looking for the long, you see that there's still plenty of bears here to push us down with limit orders. It's kind of scary to buy in one tick above that, because now you see the fact that there's limit order bears here that actually scalped out right there, and maybe there's more right above it, 2 ticks above it, you know, maybe a point above it. So you can see with that price action right there that there's bears present. All right, pandas, with that being said, sorry, no trades today, and it's just confusing. I mean, you get this consolidation here, looks ugly. This is probably the only setup that I might have considered. Darn, I mean, that was tough. That's tough. I mean, I don't know. That's tough for me. I mean, I drew the trend line afterwards, but yeah. But anyways, pandas, that being said, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow, and tomorrow will be Whiskey Wednesday, so get ready to scalp that like button tomorrow. And pandas, 9 o'clock for the pre-market show, 9:15 for the mainstream. I'll see you guys all then, and I hope to see you guys there. And always happy trading. God bless. Bye.
10,000 tick trap.